Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Tuesday the 5th of October, 2021. I hope you had a good trading session on Monday. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market and futures form, and as you can see, we've got a bear flag forming on the futures here now, and those three candles, that's never a pretty sign, right? So we've got this the uptrend line that was in place most of the year. We broke it, we retested it from the underneath, and now we've rolled over, and now we're forming a bear flag. There's nothing positive about this chart right now. I just want to be really clear. Anybody that thinks that is lost their mind. Crude oil up 23 cents to 77.85, which is new highs for the year, which as we come into winter season and whatever. Gold down $2.50, so still no real signs of inflation. We got the S&P cash down 56.58. I got the NASDAQ 100. This was a big one, down 319 points. That is not pretty in testing the lows of the last few months, so nothing good going on here. The SOX down 81 points. Biotech's down 98 points. That's not pretty either, right? 2 days in a row. Russell 2000 down 24. Still in the range it's been in since the start of the year, basically, or most of January. The Dow Jones down 323. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 37 points. The advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was negative 14.88. It was actually worse earlier in the day, negative 15.20. It was worse during the day at a certain point in time. On the New York, it was negative 933, so still very negative. It started positive for the broad market, but negative for the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ stocks just got slaughtered. The tech stocks were just killed today. We talked about the trend the other day, and look at this. This is really important. Remember, I said there's two big numbers that drop off. So today's the first one. Tomorrow will be the next one. That helps lower the moving average, especially when you get a 0.65 reading a day. So we still have like a 1.2 reading that's going to drop off tomorrow. So if we get anything lower than that, like anything under 1 in particular, we're going to get a 10-day moving average under 0.85 at the close tomorrow on Tuesday. That would be a sell signal on the broad market right in the middle of this setup that we have. That's not pretty. NASDAQ volume, 4.5 billion shares. That's about average from what we've been seeing. The VIX closed up $1.81 to 22.96. It was obviously higher at a certain point during the day. Now let's look at some of the big stocks. Apple down $3.51. That's a pretty big move down for Apple. Doesn't look good at all. Amazon down at 93.48. That's about to break to new lows for the last 5 months. Facebook down 16.78. This is already in trouble. And by the way, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, we're all down today, most of the day. Google down 57.67. Nothing pretty there. Goldman Sachs loses 5.85 points. Netflix down 9.80 after making new highs earlier in the day. It's a big outside candle. That doesn't look good either. Tesla was the only thing up 6.31. It was higher earlier in the day. Zoom down $7.93. And we got Bitcoin almost back. It's under 50,000 again. It's at 49,040. So let's take a look at the intraday action 5-minute candles on the ES. So again, not much of a gap really, very tiny gap down, and then just sold off hard. You got the 13 buy signal right at the low of the day, and then here's the crazy part. That was all the first hour and a half or whatever, maybe 2 hours. And then the rest of the day is just dead flat and uneventful. Nothing going on. It never sold off in the afternoon, never recovered. We barely swept the lows of Friday. So the ES makes it look like we didn't really lose ground. But then when you look at the NASDAQ side, what you see is bigger gap down, sold off quite a bit. And we did get a 13 buy signal at the low of the day. And it was fairly flat, but we did close well under Friday's lows, right? So that's just what that looks like. All right, in terms of economic data on Tuesday, we got trade balance out of the U.S. and Canada, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Final services PMI numbers and ISM services PMI numbers at 9:45 and 10 here in the U.S. And that's about it. So we will see what that leads to. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Tuesday.